We welcome you back here to the WTV Live Network. I'm Hunter Valepick, alongside me Townsend Holand. And Townsend, we just got our starting lineups for tonight. Couple of key outages for Westside. Hamaya Jo Matoyer is out. She was the leading scorer in last week's win over Bellevue East. And Elise Peterson, who is out presumably for the year with an ankle injury. But they got a lot of good starts today, including the first Westside career start for Gwerlyn Kay at the Blair transfer. But I think it's all going to run through Kimora Jenkins today.
Yeah, Kimora Jenkins, she's a senior. She's been here. She has plenty of experience, and they're probably going to try to run the offense through her.
Yeah, Westside coming in as the 6th seed, according to NEB Preps. Not number 2, as you can see on the screen, but it will be a good fight for them. Lincoln East starting off the season 0-2. They are just trying to get back on their feet as Sinai Foster wins the tip, and Westside will begin with the ball. As Kimora Jenkins brings it up for the Warriors. Gets it to Foster at the top of the key. Gets it to the Blair transfer, Kay. Kay gets it to Freeman. Resetting the offense. Kay, it's Freeman from deep. It's no good. Rebound goes to Foster, but a foul called before that, and already Westside's taking threes. A team high 17 in their last game against Bellevue East. And correction, that's fouls on Sinai Foster. It'll be her first.
Yeah, and you know, this year, Hunter, it just feels like it's different with this Westside offense. It feels like they are much more willing to shoot threes.
And Lincoln East gets the ball down low. Up, no good. Rebound go is off by Foster. Shot went to Samick. No good. Foster knocks it out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Spartans. Gottberg to throw it out. Gets it inside. Great pass. Up and under. Nayberg on the bucket. And we have our first points of the day, and it'll go to the Spartans.
And, you know, Lincoln East, not an ideal start to the season at all, 0-2. But, in my opinion, even though Westside looked amazing here on Jim Tangdell Court last Thursday, this is anybody's game.
Jenkins gets it down to the tall Foster. Back out to Kay. Kay from deep. No good by Kay, a little too hard, and the rebound back to Nayberg. Nayberg gets it to Gottberg. Samick trying to drive, kicks it out. Shirk at the top of the key, gets it back to Nayberg. Good defense by Freeman. Down low, and a foul called. McCleary was the one with the good look. We'll check the foul. That'll go on Kat Gahan. That'll be her first. It'll be the team's second foul early. Less than 2 minutes into the game, they already have 2 fouls, and that kind of hurt Westside last week, but more especially their opponent, Bell East.
Yeah, even though they didn't end up winning that game, it's not like they didn't have any foul trouble at all. They did have some issues, and really they got through that just by going down and scoring. But if they aren't scoring very many points, they can't really counter it in the same way.
No good for the Spartans. 0 for 2 on the free throw. Jenkins with an open look, and she hits it. Kimora Jenkins from downtown, and she is back, baby. Oh, and she gets the steal at the half-court line. All the way down from coast to coast, and an early 5 points for Kimora Jenkins, the leader on this Westside squad.
And as I said earlier, with this Westside offense maybe running through Kimora Jenkins tonight.
In the corner, down low to McCleary. McCleary looking for an out. Foster guards her heavily. Still down, and gets it out to Samick. Samick all the way down, blocked by Foster, trying to get the entry pass to McCleary, and it'll stay with the Spartans, out of bounds by Foster. So we're a little bit of early fight by the Spartans. Not many points scoring, as we saw an offensive masterclass in the first game that Westside played. Out on the corner is Gottberg. Gets it in to the free throw line, but it's stolen by Gwerlyn Kay. And Kay can just coast all the way down, and a clean layup. And you've seen it already, fast break points by the Warriors.
Yeah, just some great defense here, some good steals from Gwerlyn Kay and Kimora Jenkins here in this first quarter. They're going to definitely be looking to keep that up throughout the game if they want to take this one.
Kay, only a sophomore and a transfer from Blair. Played good minutes last year. That one is a foul it was Gottberg who had the drive on the right block, got it up, but a foul, and that'll be the second on Kat Gahan. So the senior, the St. Mary's Flames commit, two-sport athlete in basketball and volleyball, will have to check out early. And checking in will be Kendall Davis, who played some really good minutes last week, had 6 points on 2 threes. But also, you mentioned this last week a lot too, Westside hasn't been good in the past couple of years, has flopped a little bit, but they're looking better as the second free throw is good. And you always don't know what to expect from two-time state champion head coach Steve Clark.
Yeah, he definitely knows how to take this team where they want to go. And even though it's been a couple of down years for them, he's had experience with winning, and he can take them back there for sure.
2-3 zone defense by the Spartans doesn't work. Sanai Foster with her first points of the day. And a little floater from her gets her on the board. Under, McCleary gets it, corrals it back. Trying to get it to Gottberg, and a double dribble called on McCleary. Her dad is the head coach, Alex McCleary. And checking in for Lincoln East will be Josie Schlinker. Davis to inbound it, gets it into Freeman cleanly. And Westside, they did the good job of this last week. They got out to a big lead, not as early as they wanted to, but got out to a big lead early in the second quarter.
Yeah.
2-3 zone doesn't work, and Kimora Jenkins once again hits a three. Splash, and Kimora Jenkins already with 2 threes.
And this seems to be a new thing with this Westside team. You know, they can just go on a big run and end the game for the other team.
Jaya Freeman with another steal, and Westside fast break has been on fire. 1 steal from Kimora Jenkins, 1 from Gwerlyn Kay, and 1 from Jaya Freeman to put Westside up early, 14-3, as we are going to take a quick timeout on the WTV Live Network. Welcome back, everybody, to the WTV Live Network here at Jim Tengdahl Court. We got an early scoring from the Westside Warriors. 14-3, they lead it over the Lincoln East Spartans. I'm Hunter Valapek. Alongside me, my good friend Townsend Holan. And Townsend, what have you seen from this Westside offense so far that's worked for them?
Just making so many opportunities for themselves through these steals, just driving down the court, and then when they have the ball on offense, just great work for them. I mean, this looks like the same offense almost that we saw last week, even though they don't have Hamaya Jo Matoyer today.
You said it well, friend. They have gotten a lot of steals and a lot of fast break points. Lincoln East gets it inside to McCleary. Back out. Shinkler will drive in, gets it up, no good. And it's Foster, the tallest player on the floor by far, with the board. Westside has been lacking in the size category, but they can still get the rebounds. Freeman out of bounds. It looks like she was going to gear it for a three, but scratch it out of bounds, and Westside turns it over. They did a pretty great job last week of not turning it over, but an early turnover right there.
Yeah, and as you said in that height category, Elise Peterson expected not to play this season. That's just an unfortunate hit for them, so going to be relying on Sanai Foster in the paint a lot this season.
Kay, another steal, gets it to Davis. Davis on the drive, a floater. Off the back rim, no good. Rebound goes to no one. It's a jump ball. Possession arrow going with the Spartans. And we saw it last week from Westside opponent Bellevue East. Lincoln East has no fouls so far. And Westside, only 3 fouls, but 2 of them on Kat Gahan. But subbing in for the Warriors will be Delaney McGrain. Didn't see her much of in her last game as Duval puts a paw on it, gets it out of bounds. 3:17 left to go here in the first quarter.
Yeah, definitely could be some changes in the lineup compared to what they thought was going to happen at the start of the season. With Hamaya Jo Matoyer being out, Elise Peterson out for the season. Hamaya Jo Matoyer should be back soon. But yeah, just going to make some changes in that lineup.
Great pressing defense by Westside. Gets it in to McCleary. McCleary up, and she gets a little spin roll to go. And the first points for Lincoln East since about 6 minutes left to go in the first quarter.
And this is what I was saying about Westside. I mean, this season it looks like they can just go on a run and try to put the nail in the coffin for the other team.
Kay from deep. The corner shot no good. Davis battles for the board, gets it out to Kay. To Duval. Duval drives it in. Up, foul. So we'll have 2 shots for Gabby Duval. First foul on Lincoln East. And good ball movement by the Warriors. They are holding Lincoln East firm in the Lincoln East 2-3 zone defense. Doing all right, but is leaving some shots open. And 2 shots for Westside.
Great opportunity for Westside here. Going to look to get Lincoln East in some foul trouble so that they can get some just easy, uncontested points at the line. It was a great thing that they were able to do last week against Bellevue East, and they're just going to want to do that all season if they want to make a deep run.
And checking in for the first time today will be Mia Jurosevic. She is also a dual sport athlete. She's in the soccer category. Bellevue, Lincoln East gets it inside, and it'll be out of bounds. Sure cannot corral it. And Davis will inbound it in for the Warriors, already up 11.
Yeah, Westside just playing some great defense here to start the game. We saw that, I'd say, after the first quarter against Bellevue East, just had to warm up a little. But today, I mean, they're getting after it on defense right away.
Great effort by Davis on the board. Jurosevic misses a 3, but a foul on Lincoln East. It'll be on Samek. It'll be her first. And Davis will go to the line for 2. She had 6 points last week in last week's win over Lincoln East as she hits the first shot.
And, you know, last week, even though Matoyer did have 29 points, I mean, they had 80. It just, as a team, it felt like just about everyone was trying to contribute in a good way. They were firing on all cylinders, for sure.
Lincoln East gets it in. Trying to get down the floor. Good press defense by Westside is Gabby Duval who knocks it out of bounds. It'll stay here. Nyberg with doing a good job of getting it up the floor. Getting it into Nyberg. Duval with pressing defense. Gets it over to Icorn. Icorn on the drive. Gets it under. Back out. Icorn gets it to Shinkler. Shinkler on the drive. Kick out 3 ball for East. Bank shot from the corner is no good by Nyberg. And Davis with the rebound. She's been early presence on the glass. Jurosevic in the corner. Gets it down low to Davis. Tipped up. McGrain to Kay. Kay. Little crossover move. Gets it out. Jurosevic now trying to make some magic. Gets it out. Kay, another 3. That's good! Werlin Kay, 21-5. Westside leads it with just over a minute to go.
Westside on that possession especially and just throughout the game doing a great job of playing unselfish basketball. You know, just trying to find the open woman there. And it worked out very well, I would say.
Lincoln East getting pressed up hard. Duval with great defense. Gets it under. Up, great defense by Davis. Clute was the one with the shot. Gets it up to Duval quickly. She puts it up and it's blocked. Icorn with the block. And it'll be a foul under the hoop. It will be on Davis. That'll be her first. And Freeman's going to check back in for Kay.
And, you know, for this Lincoln East team, you know, I was looking at their statistics, and an unfortunate thing for them is that in a lot of their categories, everyone last year who was leading their categories, lots of seniors. So just feels like a new team this year for them, and it might take some time for them to really gel as a team.
Duval's up and limping. The 3 ball is good. Sadie McCleary with the 3. And the play clock shut off. Shot clock is shut off. Freeman trying to get inside to McGrain, and that will be called for a foul. Third one on Lincoln East this quarter, but 21-8. Only 8 points for the Spartans. Westside has played suffocating defense on a press.
Yeah, and great offense as well, and Westside is just going to look to do this all season, just put teams away early. I mean, this is basically a dream come true of a first quarter for Coach Clark.
Jurosevic gets it to Duvall. 5 seconds left to go. Trying to look for something. Freeman puts it up at the horn, and nothing at all. And that'll be the end of the first quarter. But an eventful one for both teams. Mainly Westside, though. They are up 21-8 heading into the second quarter. Back here to the WTV Live Network. I'm Hunter Valek alongside me, Townsend Holan, and Westside. 21-8 after the first quarter. They had great early threes, both 3 threes in total, 1 from Gwerlin Kay, 2 from Kimora Jenkins. What really worked so well for them in that first half offensively?
Just about everything for the Westside Warriors, and defensively as well, I would say the same thing. I mean, if I'm Coach Clark here, I wouldn't know what to ask out of them that they haven't already done. I mean, just been a great game for these Westside Warriors so far. Just need to keep it up.
Yeah, great defensive first half from Westside. Lincoln East just trying to get back to form. 0-2 to start the season for them, just trying to get on track as an early slippage in the early season. Jenkins, good crossover, gets it out. Foster from 3. That's no good. Davis on the board, but a push off. Davis has been punishing people on the glass, but a push on Davis, and that'll be her second foul.
And you know, this Westside team, I mean, these first 5 quarters or so of basketball that they've played this season have just been about as good as they could have asked for, in my opinion.
Icorn underneath, no good. The rebound goes to Kimora Jenkins, and she'll back it up and take it up the floor quickly. Freeman is open in the corner. She takes it. No good. Great box out and a rebound for Samick. They get it up the floor quickly. Gottberg. They've been trying to look under to McCleary. Gottberg underneath, and she'll be fouled on the way to the net. She'll be shooting 2 at the line.
A good job there from Lincoln East, just creating some easy points by driving in and drawing the foul there. Let's see if they can capitalize.
And that's kind of big. That's the second on Sinai Foster. She's the tallest girl on the team, and not really much more height for Westside. Center Elise Peterson out for the year, as Foster and Davis will check out, as we'll see. Looks like Delaney McGrain and Gabby Duvall check back in, but it was a crucial second foul. And we're seeing a lot more players who didn't play too many minutes on Saturday. McGrain, Jurosevic. Those players are getting a lot more playing time with Matoyer out and also Peterson.
Yeah, and then Sinai Foster might be getting into foul trouble early. Just Coach Clark gonna have to just scheme something here. It's a good thing they're up by 11. There is a bit of a margin for error here.
Case 3 was no good from the corner. Samick gets the board and moves it up quickly for the Spartans. Trying to look under to McCleary, trying to get the opportunity now that Foster's out. Gottberg on the key, gets it to Icorn. Icorn drives, kicks it out, that travel, Westside basketball. And Jenkins will keep it out. 6:30 left to go in the second quarter. 21-10, the Warriors lead it over the Spartans. Freeman bringing it up. Gets it to Jenkins at the W. Setting up a play. Freeman looking for an opening. Jenkins in the corner. Step back move. Nowhere to go. Gets it to Freeman. Freeman from three. And she hits it. A deep three for Jaya Freeman. And Westside a 14-point lead. 24-10. That's a football score.
And Westside just establishing themselves as a three-point threat here in the early stages of this season.
McGrain underneath and another double dribble called. McGrain can't believe it. And Cameron Stidham will check in for the first time today for the Spartans. But McGrain, a little bit of disbelief. She's been called for a couple of double dribbles underneath the hoop. But Freeman's going to bring it up for Westside, trying to extend this lead by more. Freeman gets it, pulls it from mid-range, and she hits it. Jaya Freeman.
At Westside, they're starting to feel themselves on these shots, which is very troubling for Lincoln East, considering they're down by 16 here.
Great steal by Kay, and a great pass to Duval as she gets a transition bucket, and Westside with a 18-point lead, a huge lead for them at this juncture point in the game. 1 minute timeout. Townsend, both only 2 points for Lincoln East in this second quarter. Westside has been playing punishing pressure defense.
Yeah, this Westside team, I mean, they're just getting better and better. It was a great first quarter, but they're just keeping that pressure on, keeping their foot on the gas defensively, and creating opportunities for themselves to score on offense through that great defense.
Jaya Freeman right now the leading scorer. She has 9 points on the so far through 1.5 quarters, and she has been pulling it from really deep out, about 27 plus feet, looking like Caitlin Clark out there. But Westside has been able to hit the threes. We mentioned it earlier, 17 threes last week against Bellevue East. That was a huge part of their win. Over half of their points were from threes, but also just the passing ability and also steals. Steals have been a really big part.
Yeah, and as you were saying about Freeman, I mean, she has just been pulling these shots, and they're not bad shots at all. She's getting open, she's taking her shots, and she's putting them in. I know Coach Clark is loving that.
Out of the timeout, Lincoln East will get the ball. They've used 2 of their 5 timeouts of the game. Nyberg gets it in cleanly to Gottberg. Defense by Kay. Kay gets it up the floor. Scratch that. Gottberg was the one who did it. And out of bounds, another turnover for Lincoln East. Olivia Klug could not handle the pass. And now another opportunity for Westside to extend their lead. And
Westside, just suffocating defense here, and Lincoln East honestly just hasn't seemed like they've been able to handle it so far.
I'll give credit to Lincoln East fans. Many of them traveled out for this game, though it's a 45-plus minute car drive. As Duval gets at the top of the heat, she tries to drive in, and it'll be a foul on the drive. Foul on Stidham, and it'll be her first. Checking in will be Schlinkler for Lincoln East. Checking in for Gottberg, and Westside with the prime opportunity under the hoop.
Yeah, and the last thing you want to see as a coach is when your team's down huge like this, they start trying to do too much, and then they just end up fouling, and they just keep digging themselves in a deeper and deeper hole.
Good out pass by Freeman, and that turns into an assist. Kat Gahan for 2. Up the floor quickly goes Lincoln East. Nyberg and some pressure. Gets it out. Stidham looks to Nyberg. Nyberg back out. Schlinker trying to drive in. Does. Gets it in. Kick out. Kick again. Great ball movement by the Spartans. And it does not turn into a 3. Stidham just hits glass. And Westside with some fast break. Freeman backs it up. 3 is blocked. Blocked by Nyberg. And that might be a momentum shift that Lincoln East really needs.
Yeah, Lincoln East, they just need to start having a couple things go right for them. I mean, down 30-10 here in the second quarter.
Stidham gets the ball knocked out of her hands by Duval. She has been playing really good defense, an underrated part of this Westside team. Only 2 points for her on the day. But she has been playing great defense, forcing a lot of steals along with the rest of this Westside team. As McGrain will check in along with Jurosevic for Westside, up by 20. They get into Stidham.
And what's great about this Westside team so far this season is they just, yeah, they have their great players, but they're really just able to play as a team, it seems like. I mean, you can have 2 or 3 really great players on their team, but if there's no chemistry there, it's just not really going to work out. Westside just knowing how to play as a team, though.
Stidham and Duval hit the floor on the last play. Duval's going to be called for the foul in an out-of-bounds play for Lincoln East. Need to get it in cleanly, they do. Stidham, Icorn trying to set a screen, doesn't work. Nearly stolen by Duval, and it is. Scratch that double dribble. Westside basketball and another double dribble turnover, and that's kind of been plaguing Lincoln East.
Yeah, and Duval here just playing great defense. It seems like possession after possession, you pass it to whoever she's guarding, she'll lock them up.
Freeman brings it down the floor. Westside a little bit less offense here in the second quarter. But Gahan gets it up, no good. Rebound goes to McClary. Gets it up to Icorn, who moves it quickly. McClary pulls it from 3, that's no good. Rebound to Duval, and she's gonna make it down quickly as she is knocked over like a bowling pin. And Westside will get the ball from half court. Foul will be charged to McClear. That'll be her second. She's been the best player for Lincoln East today.
Yeah, and this Westside team so far, just this defense has been amazing. I mean, that's the reason why Lincoln East has 10 points. It's that simple.
Kira Olsen checks in for the first time today. She has the job of guarding Jurosevic. Nowhere to go, and gets it to Gahan. Gahan trying to get it to Freeman. She's going to be the one to run the floor. Foul on the floor, and that'll be Lincoln East's third. 2:49 left to go here in the second quarter. Not a lot of offense. It's been more of a defensive battle in this second quarter.
Yeah, and Westside has just been winning that defensive battle. They haven't scored a ton of points in this second quarter, but they've scored enough to where they can just keep extending their lead because their defense is that good.
Freeman, she's been really dominant from 3 today. Leads the team in points. Tries to get to Jurosevic and does after a bobble. Freeman down low. Floater is up. Hits the iron, no good. Samick with the board. They get it up quickly to Olsen. Olsen nowhere to go. Finally gets it down under. Great entry pass, but no good. Off of the knee of McGrain. It'll be out of bounds. Gottberg had a prime opportunity. Not many of them for Lincoln East today. And still, only 2 points on the board for both teams today.
Yeah, and Lincoln East, they're just going to need to really get something going on offense if they want to have any chance of getting back in this game.
Jurosevic brings it up the floor. Duval gets it knocked out of her hands. It's Gahan with the little floater. Up and at him. Gahan for 2. And it's a tipped ball. Freeman, playing Wolf, cannot get the prey. Gets it under. Samick up and in. And Lincoln East gets their third and fourth points of the quarter. A little offensive sluggishness. Finally some points for the Spartans.
Yeah, this Lincoln East offense, they've just been dysfunctional here against this suffocating Westside defense.
Jurosevic down low. She goes up and under. No good. McGrain the rebound. Gets it out to Gahan. To Jurosevic. Jurosevic down low. Kicks it out for 3. Yes, sir! Gabby Duval from downtown.
Westside here up 23, but just doing a great job of keeping their foot on the gas, not letting that momentum swing towards Lincoln East at all.
No good on the other end by Lincoln East. Duval kicks it out. Gahan for an open 3. No good, too long. Rebound goes to Jurosevic. McGrain with the 2. That is no good. Hits the back iron and just taps off the rim lightly. Less than a minute to go here. Gottberg with the ball. And Jurosevic playing a more press defense that Coach Steve Clark has been working so well for this fast-playing Westside team. As another turnover for the Spartans. That went on Eichhorn. And a huge turnover as Westside could hold for the rest of the time to make it get down to 10 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, they're up 23. There's not a ton that they need to do offensively. They just need to just keep patience. No trying to do too much. I mean, you're already up 23.
And another new face for Westside. Lucy Pokers checks into the game for the first time. Jurosevic down low. She gets it out to Freeman. Great pass 3. No. Tipped and stolen. Kay trying to save it, but Gottberg gets it back. And that one is stolen by Freeman. She runs into the ref and then runs down the floor. She could not keep it in bounds, and it'll be Spartan basketball.
Yeah, and unfortunately right there it looked like J.F. Freeman was trying to go downhill, and the ref just unfortunately got in the way there.
You see that a lot in football, not really in basketball as much. You maybe see a couple of refs getting a couple passes. Down low, Nyberg no good, but a foul called. I think it'll be on McGrain, and it will be. Hit her arm, and that'll be McGrain's first, but a little blessing in disguise here for Westside. They can hold till the final shot.
Yeah, no reason to try to just do anything crazy here. Just once they get this ball back, just hold it and hopefully find a good shot in these last 10.9 seconds.
Both teams not really been able to hit the free throws yet today. We saw that in the first game Westside played. They weren't able to hit as many free throws as they would have liked. Kay with the board off 2 misses. 4 seconds left. Trying to get it up. It's Jurosevic from 3. That's no good. Tipped around, and that will be halftime. But Westside leads it at the break, 35-12 at the half. And Townsend, leading scorer for Westside, has been Jerry Freeman. She only has 9 points, not even a double digit, but only one player on this Westside roster that's playing today has not seen any playing time.
Yeah, this Westside team, they're just getting everyone involved, and it seems like no matter who they put in, Lincoln East just can't do anything on them because all these Westside players are just playing lockdown defense.
That is halftime here, though. 10 minutes of break time. 35-12. Westside leads it over Lincoln East, and we will take a quick break here on the WTV Live Network. We will be back for the second half action. welcome back out to the WTV Live Network. We're here at Jim Tangal Court for the second half of action coming up here in a couple of minutes. We're going to go over some first half stats for you and what we're expecting to see in the second half. I'm Von Vailapek. Alongside me, my friend Townsend Holan. And Townsend, good first half from Westside. They're up by 23 right now and only allowed 4 points in that second half. What worked really well for them?
I mean, really just doing the same things they did last week, but I noticed that their defense has been even better than last week. They've been getting quite a few points, more than last week, off of just getting steals, forcing turnovers, and then forcing a fast break. Westside has just done that so well, and obviously not afraid to put up some three-pointers, and that has worked out well for them today. Just really showing that last week's offensive performance was no fluke.
7 players on Westside each have recorded a point, at least 2 points. But yeah, Westside has been distributing the ball really evenly. Only one player has not been playing today, has not yet gotten some minutes for Westside, and we might see her in the second half. But Jay Freeman leading the team with 9 points. Kamora Jenkins has 6. She had 2 early three-pointers, hasn't scored since. And Gabby Duvall has been a really big defensive presence. She also has 5 points.
Yeah, Gabby Duvall just playing a very physical style of basketball. We've seen her hustle for the ball quite a few times, force some steals. You know, it's just been a great game for her so far today.
Yeah, it's been a really good game for almost everybody on this Westside team. There has been really no big MVP for the team. Everybody's played their part.
Yeah, just everybody really playing as a team, and that's exactly what Coach Clark wants to see. He doesn't need to have some star. He just needs to have this team playing really like they're a team, and that's really what they've been doing.
As that's the horn here, we're about to start the second half. Westside up by 23, and if you're Lincoln East coach here, Coach McCleary, you're only scored 12 points in that first half. What you're saying to your team?
Just got to get something going offensively. I mean, that's just the key. They're down 23. They have to, if they don't want this to get even worse for them, they got to really start scoring some points offensively. And then also, obviously, their defense has to be a little better.
And there's some early defense. Gwerlyn Kay with a beautiful pass to Kendall Davis. And already 10 seconds in, 2 points for Westside. A steal by Kay and an assist by Kay. 2 points for Davis.
Westside really just picking up right where they left off, keeping that foot on the gas like I've been saying.
McCleary in the corner. Gets it. Stolen by Davis. Foster gets it. Davis up the floor quickly. Euro stepping up and no good. Rebound going to the Spartans. Gottberg with the rebound and bringing it up the floor. Nyberg in the corner trying to get out of it, and she does. Gets it inside to Samick. Gets it poked away from her. Stolen again, and another turnover for the Spartans. They get it up quickly. Davis to Kay, and Kay can't corral it. Out of bounds of Spartan basketball.
And this Lincoln East offense they really need to get something going here. I mean, it really hasn't changed for them since the first half, it seems like, as they have just been struggling to move the ball without turning it over.
Yeah, great job by Westside's defense as we have a timeout by Lincoln East. It's only a 30-second timeout, so we'll stick with you here on the WTV Live Network. But already a minute into the second half, Westside playing physical basketball. They're playing quick basketball, transition offense and defense, and too many steals to count.
Yeah, Westside just firing on all cylinders, to be honest. I mean, this has just been a great day for the Westside Warriors girls basketball team.
Lincoln East has already used 3 of their timeouts, and we're not even a minute into the third quarter. Westside up by 25, only giving up 12 points to a Lincoln East who's been struggling offensively but has done pretty well on the defensive end, as we have a reach-in foul on Kay. More physical defense by Gwerlyn Kay. But it'll be their first foul of the third quarter and get Kay's first.
And that's really what we've seen from this Westside team. just very physical defense. I mean, here up 25, and they're still just playing great defense. Another turnover there.
Stolen by Davis. Davis on the other end. Gets it to Kay, and she hits it. Screams with an and one. Huge, great play by Davis. Gets it inside to Kay. And it gets it in. Huge and one opportunity for Guerlin K.
Westside girls just seem like they're trying to create a no-fly zone on defense. I mean, just not letting anything happen.
The and one is complete by K. So a fashion three-pointer for Guerlin K. They get Lincoln East down at the other end. McCleary gets it to Gottberg on the corner, guarded closely by Freeman. And Freeman's going to be charged with the push. And another foul on Westside. And even though they're fouling a lot, they're still playing really physical defense, and they're getting away with a lot more than they should be.
Yeah, this Westside team, they've done just about everything amazing, but these fouls, they're just going to have to figure that out, because there are teams who are going to be able to crack the code on their defense. And when that happens, the last thing you're going to want is to get into foul trouble.
Great defense by Foster. Rebound goes to Davis to K. And Davis going to be called for a travel. But still, a huge lead. 6:06 left to go here. In a 40-12 game.
Yeah, and this Westside team just about as dominant as possible.
On the other end, great defense by Davis. Nyberg, and a offensive foul going to be called for the Spartans. Nyberg's first of the game. Team's second foul of the quarter. 5:55 left to go. Jay Freeman brings it up the floor for Westside. Foster to K. K with the step back three. That's no good. Nyberg brings it up the floor quickly. Gets it inside. Samick. No one guarding her as she gets it home. And the first points for the Spartans this quarter. But K gets it up quickly to K. K takes it from three. Splash! Guerlin K from downtown.
Guerlin K seeming to be heating up here. She's got 11 points now. She's gotten a couple baskets here early in the third quarter.
You said it right, Townsend. 11 points. She's the new team leader in scoring. They get it in. Great pass to McCleary. Great outage to the free throw line by Shirk, and it's a two-pointer for Lincoln East. They get the points right back. Good response. Inside to Gahan. Out of bounds on her. Westside turns it over. Schlinker comes in along with Clue.
And this Lincoln East team might finally be starting to get something going offensively. They've scored on 2 possessions here early in this third quarter. They're just going to need to continue that, and then they're going to have to figure out, how do we stop this Westside offense if they want to make this one close?
Jurosevic checks back in along with Duval for the Warriors. Both good defensive presences. Spartans. Great block by Foster. She brings it up the floor quickly. Gets it out, and a nice block by Gottberg.
Almost took out one of the cheerleaders with that ferocious block there.
They just had to step to the side, let it go past. 43-16. Coach Clark calling the play. Gets it into Jurosevic. She looked like she wanted to pull up. Well, behind the back move to Foster. Foster inside to Davis. That's tipped and stolen off of Davis's back. Nyberg brings it up the floor. Gets it to Gottberg. Trying to look inside. Tumbling on the floor. It's McCleary and Foster. No foul called, but up and under goes the Spartans. It's Olivia Clue on her first basket of the game.
Lincoln East really starting to get something going here. They already have half as many points as they did in the entire first half here in just the first 4 minutes of the third quarter.
Great Euro step by Kendall Davis as she gets her 5th and 6th points of the game. More pressure by Westside's defense. Gottberg brings it up the floor. Great defense by Duval. Gets it under, up. No good, Foster with the board. Gets it up the floor quickly. Duval to Jurosevic. Jurosevic bodies down, and another turnover for the Warriors. And checking back in for Westside will be Lucy Polkris and Delaney McGrain. Foster will check out along with Gahan. 3:33 left to go here in the third quarter. Westside in a firm control on this one, 45-18.
Westside team they're just allowing, it just seems like they're allowing quite a few more baskets here. Lincoln East starting to crack the code.
Good help side defense by Davis, but McGrain gets the bucket. Davis at the top of the key. Traffic gets it to Jurosevic. Jurosevic down low, gets it out, but a foul call. And look at this team for Westside right now. All the starters are currently on the bench right now. Foster, Freeman, Jenkins, who we haven't seen in the second half, Gahan and Kay are all sitting on the bench, and right now it's the bench who's really picking up the slack for Westside so far with the starters out, as we have a foul on Icorn. But you said it best. Lincoln East, their best quarter since the first.
Yeah, and Lincoln East, they're gonna have to try to figure something out here. And Westside, I mean, they're up 25 points here, just giving some of their bench players some more experience here, some more playing time.
Davis at the top gets it into McGrain, and another foul. This one off a push, and McGrain, I believe, will be shooting two. It'll be on McCleary. That will be her third. She's been the best post for Lincoln East all day. 2:44 left to go, and the Westside already in the bonus, shooting two for McGrain, looking for her first points of the game.
Yeah, and when Sinai Foster got two fouls early, they looked to McGrain to get some, to relieve Foster a little bit in that post presence, and she's done a good job of that.
And there is the final piece of the puzzle for Westside. Jada Macklin checking in for her first time. And that will be, and put that on your bingo cards, folks. Another free throw good from Delaney McGrain. But all the Westside players who were not listed as out today are in the game, who at least have played some minutes.
Yeah, Westside just doing a good job of getting literally every player available involved, getting everyone some playing time. I think that's just an important thing in these types of games where you're kind of blowing out the other team.
2:25 left, another foul on Duval.
And like I was saying earlier, I mean, it's important to get some of these players who don't usually get a ton of minutes some playing time, because you really never know, Hunter, when something's going to happen with one of your starters, and then all of a sudden you need a bench player to step up.
Under is Clute, and she gets the bucket to fall. Lincoln East, 10 points in the second quarter, the most they've scored in a quarter this game. Jurosevic at the top, looking for something, gets it out to Polkris. Polkris pulls up from top, no good. Rebound goes out of bounds. It'll be off of the sandwich McGrain. Lincoln East with the basketball. 1:54 left to play. Lincoln East gets it in cleanly. Clute back at their own paint. Gets it into Schlinken. Schlinker fouled again by Duval, and she is smiling. Maybe a little smack talk there, but Duval's third foul. Though it's a foul, Coach Clark likes it. It'll be her third, though. She's in a bit of foul trouble. Passing in, it will be Icorn for the Spartans. And a out of bounds. Great defense by Jurosevic. And they've been able to get their hands up and tip a lot of basketballs.
Yeah, I wouldn't say a ton of blocks for Westside. It just seems like steal after steal after steal for them.
And even up by 25 points, Jurosevic playing half-court ball and a steal for the Warriors, forcing a turnover for the Spartans.
Yeah, great pressure there for these Westside Warriors from Jurosevic.
Jurosevic trying to guide the new look offense. Gets it in, Macklin to Pokris. Pokris trying to drive. Looking for Duvall, nobody there though, and McGrain will get it back. Gets it in, but it's tipped and stolen. Clue on the steal, Icorn brings it up. They get it out. Samick under, and Samick hits the bucket. Lincoln East, bit more offensive production in this second quarter, has doubled their halftime total. Oh, a nice move by Jurosevic, up and under, it's good. And Jurosevic with her first points of the game.
Yeah, and although Lincoln East has gotten it going offensively, it just doesn't seem like they're going to be able to stop Westside's offense. I mean, this Westside offense is just amazing no matter who's out there.
Up, blocked by Macklin on Samick. Nowhere to go, no part of the floor untouched by this Westside defense. 43 seconds left to play.
Yeah, this Westside team just doing a stellar job defensively. I mean, for Coach Clark, I've said it before and I'll say it again, he just can't ask for much more.
Up and under, no good by Clue, knocks it out. And it will be Jurosevic who comes out of with the ball. Basically no time separating shot and game clock. 3-ball for Duvall! That's cash! And Westside another three, 52-24. Shot clock expires. 16 seconds left. Clued under the basket, gets it out. Samick from mid-range, and she hits it with efficiency. 8 seconds left to go. They got to move it in quickly. 5 seconds left. Jurosevic trying to make some magic. Kicks it out. 1 second left. 3-ball at the horn. No good by Duvall, and that'll be the end of the third quarter. Westside leads it at the third quarter end, 52-26, as we will take a break here on the WTV Live Network. Everybody on the WTV Live Network. Start of the fourth quarter action here at Jim Tangle Court at Omaha Westside High School. One of two games being played today. This is the first of a doubleheader. Coming up next afterwards will be the boys game, which should be a very fun one. Westside boys team has been playing really fun basketball. Star freshman Lee Robinson has been playing in. But we have a quarter left here to finish. Westside doubling Lincoln East's score at 52-26. I'm Hunter Valopek, alongside me, Townsend Holland.
And yeah, Hunter, this Westside team, I mean, just another great game for them as they look to improve here to 2-0. Just a great start to the season, it looks like, for these Westside Warriors.
Lots of new players coming off the bench for Westside, especially in the third quarter, but now in the fourth quarter. The most experienced player on the floor is Gabby Duvall. She's a senior, but she not a starter. But Lincoln East forces a turnover and gets it up the floor. Olsen gets it down low to McGrain, and a foul. We called. It was McCleary who got the entry pass, and McGrain's going to be charged with the foul. That will be her second. Still 7:41 left to play here.
No, although these Westside Warriors are winning by 26, I mean, it just doesn't seem like it just still seems like they're fouling too much, in my opinion, as we got a 5-second violation there.
Jurosevic brings it down the floor. Pokris at the top of the key, gets it to Macklin. Macklin to Jurosevic. Jurosevic drives, kicks it out. Long two from Pokris, and it's good. And the first points on Varsity for Lucy Pokris. And Westside, another 2 points added to their total. They get it under, nowhere to go. Rebound goes to Nyberg. Nyberg kicks it out. Olsen was looking for three. Guarded heavily by Duval. They get it out. Underneath is McCleary. McCleary plays good offense, but it's a nice job. Tumbling on the floor is McGrain. They get it to Macklin. Macklin drives it. Up, no good. McGrain with the board. 3 Spartans on top of her, and a foul called on the Spartans. Great offensive rebounding from Westside.
Yeah, just a great offensive rebound there from McGrain, and then drew the foul as she had about 2 or 3 Spartans right around her, basically circling her.
And Jaya Freeman and Kat Gahan will sub back in for the last 6 minutes, for possibly these last 6 minutes. As that pass goes Aaron, corralled by McGrain and Gahan. Pokris looking for something, gets it out to Macklin. Looks, and a travel. And that's just something you gotta limit here if you're Westside. Just limit the turnovers as much as possible, especially going in to our next few games. They don't play for a solid couple of weeks with winter break just around the corner.
Yeah, and this Westside team, I mean, they're just gonna get something going. They're just gonna need to get something going with just less fouls. I mean, they're winning these games, but you know, there are gonna be moments where, you know, it's a 2 or 3 point game, and they're gonna be wishing that they had less fouls.
An errant pass by Westside. Westside leads to a turnover for Lincoln East, and Westside's next upcoming games are in the Metro Holiday Tournament over winter break. Play a couple of out-of-town teams. Next game on the schedule looks like here will be against Millard West Wildcats, the #1 team in all of Class A for girls basketball in the state.
Yeah, but I don't think Westside's going to be too afraid of that challenge, because they have proven that they honestly might be one of the top 5 teams in Class A.
They need Matoyer back if they want to have a good shot at that one, who isn't playing today. Unknown reasons why she's out. Freeman at the top of the key, looks for somewhere to go, finds it, was looking for the mid-range, couldn't find it. Gahan kicks it out to Pokris. Pokris looking for something. Steps back to Freeman. Freeman gonna pull up from deep. No good by Freeman. Rebound goes to Lincoln East. Tipped by Freeman. He's playing suffocating defense on Stidham, but they get it up the floor. Icorn gets it up, out of bounds off of #2. And Westside will get possession back.
Yeah, just throughout this game, I mean, there's just been amazing defense from this Westside team. Definitely, I'd say a step up from last week. Just Lincoln East, it doesn't seem like they've been able to do anything. And right there, I mean, you saw Stidham just couldn't really do anything, almost got an 8-second violation.
Lincoln East's next game is next Tuesday. Well, they'll face off on the road against Norfolk, so they'll continue their 2-game road trip. Well, their next home game will be on the 20th against rival Lincoln Southeast. But we have a foul underneath the basket. Foul will be on Russ, still be her first. They get it in to Freeman. Little defensive pressure. Step back 2-pointer. Freeman, that's no good. A rebound to Clue and the Spartans. Less than 4:30 left to go. Looking for something. Gets it inside. Blocked by Gahan. Out of bounds. Great effort by Kat Gahan to throw it off the leg of Addison Shirk, and it'll be Westside basketball. Great effort.
Yeah, this Westside team just very physical, it seems like, this year, and that's something that they're going to need. That's just a little thing that they're going to need if they want to go deep in the playoffs this year.
Pokris gets it to Macklin. Macklin to Freeman. Freeman drives, steps back, looking for something to work for her. 4 minutes left to go here, 15 on the shot clock. Great behind the back pat. Oh, and that's blocked down with authority. Out of bounds. It's Icorn on the block. Duval and Jurosevic will return back to the game. Subbing in for Freeman and for Gahan. So put the starting lineup for the fourth quarter back out there.
And this Westside team's going to start 2-0 here. Also 2-0 at Jim Tangdahl Court. As we go on this season, we'll just have to see just how hard of a place Jim Tangdahl Court is to play.
And a shot clock buzzer beat by Macklin. Her first 2 points of the game.
And with this shot clock being introduced in these past couple of years, it just doesn't seem like there are that many times where teams run it all the way down to the shot clock like that. And I've seen very few violations in the past.
That one blocked, tipped off of the hand of Duval. It'll stay with Lincoln East. And if I tallied this right, all of Westside players have scored today. From Kimora Jenkins in the starting lineup all the way down to the last bench player.
Yeah, Westside just really getting everyone involved. Just like I said a couple of times before, just playing as a team, and that's just really what you want to see.
Kira Olsen on the and one bucket. She gets her first point. And that'll put... And Kira Wilson will have an opportunity for an and one. That's no good. Rebound goes to Macklin. Gonna get it up the floor quickly. Pokris from the corner. That is no good. Hit the rim twice. Trying to get it in. Olsen back to Schlinkler. Schlinker down the court quickly. Making some moves. Gets it. Great pass. Mid-range shot no good by Kluk. Kluk underneath. Gets her own board and a bucket.
Lincoln East getting the bucket there, even though, I mean, to me, it just seemed like Westside was playing just about perfect defense.
What you want to see if you're Lincoln East is there's a foul underneath. Jurosevic will go to the line for two.
And as I was saying, I mean, Westside just, even though they're up big, just keeping that pressure up, which has forced Lincoln East to really just struggle a lot, which is why they have 30.
First one is no good by Jurosevic, but we haven't reached it yet, but yeah, I thought running clock is at 40, but that's a very far distance away. 0 for 2 on the line is Jurosevic. 2:40 left to go. Lincoln East gets it down quickly. Olsen gets it underneath. Icorn gets it back, 3 ball, nothing there. Stidham was the shooter, and it will be staying here with Lincoln East. Samick coming back in for Lincoln East. 26-point lead for the Warriors, 56-30. 2:35 left to go.
And as Westside is up 26 here, definitely looking like they're going to pick up the win here. 2 pretty comfortable wins for them. Got an 11-point win over Bellevue East last Thursday, up by 26 today. Just a great start for this team.
Shot clock runs out, no good by Olsen at the horn. Jurosevic gets it up quickly. Pokris looking, gets it to Macklin. Macklin back to Pokris. Top of the key, she goes to Duval. Duval guarded closely by Olsen. Jurosevic trying to drive, and she'll be fouled on the drive. And that'll be 5th foul on Lincoln East, and that'll put Westside in the bonus.
Just not something you want to see at all when you're already down 26. And Westside this season so far, they have committed some fouls for sure, but they've also drawn quite a few fouls.
2 shots coming up for Jarosevic. Missed her last 2 free throws. First one is good, though, by Jarosevic. And Westside, 2 big early wins, one over a top 10 Bellevue East team, and now over a pretty struggling Lincoln East team just trying to get their train back on the rails. But a good start to the season. Going into the Metro Holiday Tournament, well, they'll eventually face off against number 1 Millard West, and that one's a carry by Stidham. Warrior basketball trying to get to 60. They scored 80 in their first game, which was actually more than the boys team did. It was a great offensive performance, and even without 2 of their best 3 players in Elise Peterson and Hamaya Jo Matoyer, they've still been playing great offensive ball, especially in the first half. But still with the backups, and they've ran the ball pretty efficiently as there's an offensive foul on McGrain.
Yeah, and this Westside team, this will be their second win. They'll be 2-0. 2 solid home wins, and we'll just have to see. Obviously, they have yet to face a road test, but in these home games, they're looking great.
Lots of people starting to trickle into Jim Dingcole Court for the boys game. We have some special guests on the student section. I see a man named Trevor Gashetsky. If you heard his name before, he won the U.S. Amateur Open and is a Florida Gator golf commit. That one is blocked. Co-effort by Duval and Macklin. Macklin brings it up the floor, gets it inside to McGrain. McGrain, a little spin move from the left side, post no good. Rebound is not there, and a foul is called. So McGrain will go to the line for 2.
And for Lincoln East, as you said, they're just really trying to get this train back on the tracks. Just not been the start that they have wanted this season. But we'll just have to see as the season goes if they can put something together.
And we ask you guys who are watching to stick around for a tad after. We're going to be doing player of the game immediately after the conclusion of this one, and then we will go right to the boys game as the second free throw is good by McGrain. Gets it into the corner. 3 ball by Rust is good. Her first points of the game and a 3 ball. 5 seconds separating shot and game clock. And Westside can almost run this one out. Gonna try to get one more shot up. Macklin at the top of the key. Gets it to Duval. Duval from 3. No good. Rebound to Olsen, and that'll stop the game clock for the shot clock for the game. That pass is arid into the Westside Warriors' hands. Coach Clark telling them to settle down. And Jarosevic will dribble out the clock. Time, the last seconds ticking away in a Westside victory. Great defense, great steals, and great offensive performance by Westside as they win it 58-33.
Yeah, just an all-around great performance from these Westside Warriors as they are now 2-0 on the season.
We thank you guys for tuning in. Come back for player of the game here in about a couple minutes here. I'm Hunter Valopek with me, Townsend Holland, signing off. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the post-game show. We have our player of the game right here, Gwerlyn Kay. Kay, what worked so well for you guys today?
Everyone was just communicating really well, and I think our defense was a big part of it.
You're the only player to have over double-digit points today. You had 12 points. What worked for you so well today specifically?
I mean, my team helped me get open, and I was just able to make shots today, I guess.
You guys only allowed 33 points today against a pretty solid Lincoln East team, but you had a lot of steals, you had a lot of fast break. How did that work so well, both transition offense and defense?
I think we know our plays well, and we just know how to work together really well.
You guys have the Metro Holiday Tournament coming up, especially you guys are looking likely to play number 1 Millard West. What do you guys have to do to prepare for that game?
I think we just have to get mentally prepared and physically prepared because they're a pretty strong team and they're going to be physical.
Yeah, you mentioned physicality and height. You guys only have one player over 6 foot with Elise Peterson out for the year. How are you guys supposed to substitute that?
I mean, I think we have really good shooters that can, with our height, we can just have kickouts and make our shots, I think.
Thank you guys. Gwerlyn Kay, our player of the game, 12 points today, lots of steals. We thank you guys for tuning in to WTV. We have the boys game coming up next. Gwerlyn Kay, everyone.
Welcome to the WTV Live Network here at Jim Tangdahl Court, located in Westside High School. I'm Zach Kastrick, Hunter Valopek alongside me. We have the 1-0 top 3 Westside Warriors versus the unranked 0-2 Lincoln East Spartans. Hunter, the thing that is the big thing to notice, Westside is down their forward, their 4 spot, Carson Healy. A small injury, we're expecting it not to last too long, so that is a good thing to notice. But Westside had a really hot game last week against Bellevue East, absolutely dominated them, 77-35. Lincoln East, on the other hand, they had a close loss against the top 5 team in Kearney, and a not so close loss in the pretty heated Lincoln Southwest game.
Yeah, both teams coming in with hopes up high. Westside a little bit more because they're a top 3 team. They're one of the best in the state. And number 1 Papio South lost a couple of days ago against Millard South. So Westside has the legitimate shot of becoming the number 1 seed when the next ranking come out. But like you just said, Carson Healy is out. I believe he'll be replaced by Lith London Dada, who went absolutely off in his first game. He has a little bit of basketball blood in him. His dad Tola played Division I basketball. But he'll be the new starter today at 6'7", but he scored 16 points in the last game.
Yeah, 16 points versus Belly, 6 of 10 from the field, and 4 of 7 from 3. He's one of the leaders in field goal percentage, right behind the freshman Hunter Lee Robinson, who's already picked up his first D1 offer from Cal State Northridge. He led the team in points against Bell East with 18.
Yeah, Lee Robinson's going to be a force to watch tonight. He reclassed last year, Jesuits Academy transfer, but yeah, like you just said, D1 offer already. He got in his 8th grade year from Cal State Northridge out in Los Angeles, but he leads the team in field goal percentage. He went 8 of 9 with 18 points.
Yeah, and the star to watch on the other side, it's going to be Luke Larson, number 13, the senior guard standing at 6 foot. His main sport, actually baseball, over at a really good Lincoln East baseball school. And he's got a couple of solid supporting casts around him. Jack Lowell averaging 9 points a game in their first 2 games. And Hudson Grau, number 20, also a senior, averaging 8.5 after his first 2 games. So it's not a team led by a star, but rather a group of kids putting it all together.
Yeah, both teams are going to be led by, not by a respective player, but lots of players that put in good time. But for Lincoln East, if they want to come and shock Westside here today on the road, everybody's got to be playing top of their game. They got to move the ball efficiently and spread the love.
Yeah, and if you want to take a look at points per game, Westside's only played 1 game, so it's at 77, but Lincoln East is only averaging 49 points per game, nearly over a 20-point difference. Lincoln East is allowing 60 points per game, and Westside gave up 35 to Bell East. So there's a big disadvantage there in the stats. Granted, we're still early in the season.
Yeah, it's been really good for Westside. Not so much for Lincoln East, but historically this matchup has been dominated by the Warriors. Lincoln East has lost the last 5 matchup against Westside. They didn't play last season, but 2 years ago they lost by 15. But new faces and new players coming, and Lincoln East is looking to come up and shock Westside.
Yeah, the last time Lincoln East beat Westside, we have to go all the way back to December 15th of 2018. And one more quick big thing I want to point out. Westside forced 16 turnovers against Bell East, and Lincoln East has had 11.5 turnovers in their last 2 games per game, so over 25 turnovers for Lincoln East in their 2 games. Westside plays really good defense, and that could be a problem for Lincoln East.
Yeah, their turnover ratio is really good. Lincoln East, just like you said, gives up a lot of turnovers, and Westside forces a lot of turnovers. What I'm going to be interested to see in Westside today is how they can improve the free throw game. They went 7 of 16 in the last game. That's 44%. And their field goal percentage is more than that, and I don't think you want that for a team, especially on caliber like Westside, which may be one of their only flaws of the season.
That's a great thing to point out, Hunter. I like that you noticed that. Westside looking really good to start the season, maybe on this hunt for a state title. The last time they did that, 1980. Way before we were alive, quite some time ago. Lincoln East won one in 2001, so kind of an interesting thing to point out there. But quick few things before we know, Westside's transition game, along with their defense, going to go really well. And that defense, with the long arms and size of Westside is going to be a huge problem for Lincoln East, who isn't the tallest and biggest of teams.
No, they are not. Westside has 8 players on the team that are 6'4" and taller. One of those being Carson Healy, who's out for today. He's warming up, but we don't expect him to play today. But a long team, they play really fast in transition. They've usually played fast basketball under Coach Jim Simons. But what I was really impressed with last week and last game was Brendan Reeves. He played the ball well. He played great defense and went all out. And then also he had a couple of nice assists, a couple of lobs, including a really highlight ESPN-worthy play when he got a alley-oop off the glass to Will Preston. But this team is fun, they're dynamic, and they can run the ball effectively.
Yeah, that's a big thing. We're going to turn it over just a minute for our starting lineups, and then we'll be right back up here in the broadcast booth. Welcome back to the WTV Live Network. Zach Kastrick and Hunter Velopek alongside you for the number 2 team in the state, the Westside Warriors, taking on the Lincoln East Spartans. About to have first tip here. Emery Giddick will tip it off for the Warriors, and Jack Lowell will tip it off for the Spartans. Lowell standing at 6'4", Giddick standing at 6'6".
Yeah, this Westside team is very long, they are very agile, and they can play tough basketball.
Westside wins the tip. It's controlled by Lee Robinson and the Warriors. Handoff for Dada now. Spin it over to Barfield. Has his dribble down low for Oddvadi, and it's intercepted by the Spartans and Jack Lowell. He'll get it off to his guard, Luke Larson, and the Spartans will get things going on their first offensive possession of the game. Driving baseline is Gao, and Grau goes up and in for the Spartans, and they start on top 2-0. Robinson around to Dada. Dribble handoff game once again for the Warriors. Oddvadi on the wing, over to Giddick. He drives in with his left hand, puts it up, and he's blocked, but a foul is going to be called on Reed Vogue.
if Lincoln East wants to come out here, they got to limit the fouls. And right there, they got a great turnover on Westside. It's a little bit of an arid passing from Oddbody, and they just turn it into great transition offense in a bucket.
Now at the line, Emery Giddick shooting 2 foul shots. First one is good. Giddick went 2 for 4 from the free throw line in the last game against Bellevue East. And he goes 1 for 2 once again at the line, and fight for the rebound goes to the Spartans. Spartans come down the court in the guard's hands of O'Neal. Now swung around Grau. Back to Larson. He goes baseline, but it's stripped, and Westside's going to get possession.
Once again, it's Lee Robinson. Had 3 steals in the first game. Tied for the team lead in that game. Had a lot of steals. But right there, early forced turnover for Westside.
Here's Barfield, one of the returners. Lee Robinson, the freshman. Oddbody on the wing. Down low for Gedick. Tough finish, and it goes down.
And right there, just finding Gedick down low. Great eyes from Oddbody.
Suffocating defense from Barfield. Getting it off now to O'Neal. Back in the corner to Grau. Spin it around for Lowell. He loses possession, now goes baseline against Oddbody. He's going to draw the foul and 1. Tyson Oddbody's first foul, Westside's first foul. Tyson Oddbody finished the game last week with 3 fouls. Something to keep an eye out for the Warriors. Free throw is no good. Dada skies for the board. In place for the injured Carson Healy, Dada is. He's in the corner. Lee Robinson tosses it over to Dada. In the corner, he's going to bring it back to the elbow, spin it out for Barfield. He goes down the baseline, turn around, kick out for Robinson in the corner, Dada. Right back to the top of the key, it's Gedick. Over to Lee Robinson, left wing 3, count it for the freshman, his first points of the game.
And right there, just good ball transition by Westside. Being able to just find the open man and found Robinson for a good 3.
His third three-pointer of the year. He's 2 for 3 coming to tonight. A 3 in the corner for Sparty, and it's O'Neal, no good. Robinson to push it the other way. Gedick on the transition pass, takes it 1-on-3 and draws the foul.
And right there, just showing his size, Emery Gedick, using his long arms to corral the ball, and that will be a kind of an underrated force. They are going to be able to snag those balls that maybe for a guard or a forward could go just sailing out of bounds.
Gedick went 1 for 2 on his first trip. Misses the first one. Free throws continuing to be a bit of an issue for Westside going back to last season. Emery Gedick was one of the leaders on the JV squad last year. His second free throw attempt. Up and good. Once again, 1 for 2 from the line. He's 2 for 4 early in quarter number 1. 7-4, Lincoln East with the ball. Losing possession was Larson. Needs help, gets it off to Lowell. He goes baseline, picks up his dribble. Good pass off to Peterson. Goes up, off the backboard, no rim. Westside with the board. Quickly the other way. Dada now. Reverse out to Gedick. He's going to take it himself. Left-hand finish. Can't draw rim. And Lincoln East quickly back the other way. O'Neal picks up his dribble, looking for help. Has Gedick on him. Lee Robinson goes flying. Larson. And a travel is going to be called.
Good forced turnover by the Warriors. And right on that last possession, they had 4-on-5, just wasn't able to get it. As Carson Healy does not have his warm-up shirt on, he has his jersey on, and he's going to check in.
We thought he'd be listed as out. That's what we heard, but must be good to go. Not in the starting lineup, so clearly there's something there.
He might have had an injury, maybe a little bit of an injury last week. Only 14% went 1 from 7 from the field against Bellevue East.
Robinson in the corner. Gets the screen from Oddbody. Turns around for Monte Brown. Now driving down Oddbody. Here's Healy off to Lee Robinson. Top of the key for Healy. and he goes back rim, but Oddbody's there to clean up. Monte Brown checks into the game, the Papio South transfer. He did not play last week for Westside, so this is his first minutes in a Westside uniform. Snotty in the game as well for Westside. It's up for Peterson, reverses it out. It's Larson. Jump stop in the paint, can't get it to go. Healy to push for the Warriors. He's going to keep himself, spin move, pretty move, and a finish, but a charge, and a block is going to be called. The and one for Carson Healy.
And that's just a huge morale booster for Carson Healy. Only one field goal made in the last game against WE. He's been right there, just a great drive, adjusting his body midair for the and one.
Healy's free throw is good, and he completes the old-fashioned three-point play. Up top for Neal. Now in the corner, Grau. Going to back, going over to a Neal in the corner. Down for Lowell. Right back, and Monte Brown steals the ball going the other way. He dishes it off. Robinson thought about the three. He'll pull it down. He'll drive in the paint. Left-hand finish, and one.
And Lee Robinson doing Lee Robinson things. There's a reason he's playing on varsity as a freshman, as a D1 offer already. And right there, a huge and one bucket as Lincoln now forced Lincoln East to call a timeout. Huge run for the Warriors.
Lincoln East trailing 14-4, 10-point lead for the Warriors. And we're going to take a quick break here on the WTV Live Network. We'll be right back in just a second. Lee Robinson at the line for the Warriors. Team is up 14-4. 3:45 left to play here in the first quarter. Free throw rims in and out for Lee Robinson, and the free throw struggles continue for the Warriors.
That's been about the only issue Westside's had all season. Only a couple of games in, but the free throws have not just been there. Something for Coach Simons and the Warriors to work on.
Johnson turns the ball over, looking to get it down to Larson. Here comes Lee Robinson. Pull up Jay in the paint, and it's good.
Once again, it's just Lee Robinson getting the steal and getting downhill with a little floater love tapped and in. Already 7 points for him.
Grau for Lincoln East gets the screen from Peterson. He's going to take it. Grau can't draw rim off the backboard near the out-of-bounds line. It's corralled by Peterson. He's going to take it in the paint on Oddbody. Kick out Larson, a three. Yes, sir! Elliott Larson knocks it down, and Westside still just picking up the pace, driving down Snotty, and he's going to draw the foul.
Once again, another downhill movement from Westside, and Snotty being able to get the inside leverage on Lincoln East. Foul will go to Grau. So just a good job by Snotty to get inside leverage on Grau.
First free throw for Snotty's no good. Westside now in the bonus. Lincoln East has committed 5 fouls here in this first quarter. So free throws here on out for the Warriors. Brendan Reeves checks in. The Gretna East transfer here in his first season at Westside. Had himself quite a game, including 2 assists off the backboard on alley-oops against Bellevue East. Here he is on defense, guarding up Larson. Grau now, he's going to drive on Monte Brown. Turn around, kick out for Johnson, and he lays it up and in. Lead is into single digits now for the Warriors.
Does a good job by Lincoln East just to get down and make sure they take advantage of Westside mistakes.
Barfield unable to convert on his layup. Lincoln East clears with the board and Vogue. And here comes Grau for the Spartans. Reeves, one of the better defenders on Grau. Now it's Larson. He gets a screen from Peterson. He needs help. He turns around, gets it out to Vogue. Now for Grau. Back to Vogue. He takes the three, unable to convert. Healy chases down the board, and he's going to take it across the half-court line himself. Into the paint, kick out Reeves. Thought about the three, but he travels instead. And a turnover for the Warriors.
Yeah, I could see it on Coach Simon's face after Snotty missed that second free throw. Just looked disappointed, and Westside's free throw percentage has not been good all day, but everything else for them has been good. Getting turnovers nearly right there, but also playing physical.
And I feel for Coach Simons, because what I've heard from seeing practice and just things like that, they practice free throws nonstop, and they look good in practice shooting the free throws. It's just not transferring into game time, and that was an issue last year, and we had the same explanation from Coach Simons. Just really confusing on why that happens. A foul is going to be called on the rebound, and it's going to go back to the other end. The foul is going to go on Lincoln East. I believe it'll be Evan Peterson on the foul.
Yeah, once again on the free throws. There's a lot that different that goes from practice free throws to game free throws. What I think is the big thing is game fatigue. You're playing physical basketball, and you're playing a lot more minutes than you usually would do in practice, and that kind of just affects the free throws. But maybe an opportunity here for Brendan Reeves to change that.
Brendan Reeves, Gretna East transfer, 6 games, 6 points against Lincoln East last week. This are his first free throw attempts of the game. 0 for 0 from the free throw line last week. Second one is good. And during those free throws, Lincoln East head coach Jeff Campbell had a conversation with the officials. Nearly a moving screen called on Peterson. Lincoln East at half court, and the moving screen is going to be called there. And Brendan Reeves throwing up the peace sign to Peterson on his way back to the other side of the court.
Dan, that's a big second foul there on Peterson. Takes one of Lincoln East's biggest players out of the game for the time being with 2 fouls.
2.5 per game he averages in the first 2 games of the season for the Spartans. Referee's going to transfer our location for the inbound all the way down the other side. Minute 21 to play here in the first quarter. Westside 18, Lincoln East 9. Snotty dribbling up. Lincoln East in a 2-3 zone. Monte Brown, top of the key. Gets it to the elbow for Snotty, and he's going to be fouled. Right there, Hunter. Westside read the zone perfectly. Get the high-low ready, and that's how you beat a zone.
That is how you beat a zone, especially a 2-3 zone. You want to get it to the middle, and then from there they'll converge, dish it out to one of your guys who's open, either inside or the three-point line, and it's just a matter of shooting.
Snotty at the line. First one is good. What we were saying there, just to make sure it's 100% clear, against the 2-3 zone, they're going to have somebody at the top of the key at the free throw line and somebody alternating the blocks in the paint, and that is really just the best recipe to beat the 2-3 zone. It works 90% of the time. Emery Geddick is going to be called for an over and back on the rebound as Snotty misses his second free throw.
Yeah, and for Westside, even when you have players like Geddick or Dada or anybody above 6'6" getting into foul trouble, they got a lot of depth at that position.
Grau guarded by Reeves. He's going to take it himself, go up and in off the glass. Count it, 8-point game. Snotty crosses the timeline. 2-3 zone once again for the Spartans. Coach Simons announcing out the call. Reversing around, looking for the 2 guys in the high-low position. Monte Brown, deep 3. Yes, sir! First points of Monte Brown's Westside career.
Yeah, the Papio transfer, originally transferred from Westside to Papio South, but then comes back and now on Varsity makes an impact already.
Larson with 20 to shoot. Game shot and shot clock nearly identical. Can hold for last possession. Monte Brown nearly came away with the steal, and it's going to go out of bounds. Lincoln East retains possession with 12.4 to shoot, 12 on the shot clock.
Yeah, you kind of said it right there. Both shot and game clock in synchronization. So I would assume here if they do get the shot up, they can get it last shot.
Snoddy tips it out of bounds. 11 seconds now to play here in the first quarter.
And now 1 second separating shot and game clock.
Student section is hounding Elliott Johnson over there on the far sideline. Subs are going to come in. Gedek checks out. Monte Brown checks in. Defensive subs there by Coach Simons. Johnson looking to get it in. Student section at his back. Gets it in to Vogue. He's fighting there. 7 seconds to shoot. Picks up his dribble. Needs help. Gets it from Larson. 3 to shoot. Gets it up at the buzzer off the rim, and that's going to end the first quarter. Westside doubles up Lincoln East score in the first, 22-11. Hunter, what stood out to you in that first quarter from Westside?
I think it was their defense mainly. Only 11 points given up, and also just being able to transition from one side of the court to the other, playing great basketball, turning defense into offense, getting downhill, and forcing the fouls.
We'll be back in 30 seconds here on the WTV Live Network. Zach Kastrick, Hunter Valopek with you tonight. Welcome back here on the WTV Live Network. 22-11 your first quarter score. Westside starters check into the game. Westside already played a significant amount of players. They've played Monte Brown, Lee Robinson, Emery Gedek, Charles Snoddy, Donnie Barfield, London Dada, Brendan Reeves, Carson Healy, and Tyson Oddvadi.
Yeah, Lee Robinson, though, has been the star of the show, leading the team, leading Westside in points, and on the other side of the ball, it's been Hudson Grau who's been leading it for Lincoln East with 5 points of his own.
Lincoln East needing help. Campbell in trouble. Gets it off. Open man driving down. Dredson up and in for the Spartans. Ty Dredson, his first points of the evening. Cuts the lead into single digits. 9-point game. Dada takes his three. Top of the key. Nothing but backboard on that one. Lincoln East clears the board. And they will start it up. Larson, guarded by Brown or Robinson. Off to Lowell. Gets the screen from Dredson. Dredson now with the ball. In the corner, three-pointer Vogue. No good. Gedek pushing for the Warriors. He's going to take it himself. Left-hand finish, out of control. Can't get it, and it goes over the backboard. He wanted the foul, but he's not going to get it.
And just a good job there by Gedek, being able to have a full head of steam downhill. Just was not able to finish correctly. Maybe got a little bit bumped.
Larson inbounds it, and he gets it right back. 6:50 left to play here before half. Larson still with the ball, dribbling, gets past his man. Maybe got it over the tip from Barfield, but Westside right back the other way. Dada thought about the second three and said it's Oddvadi top of the key. He wants the three, and he can't have it. Tracking down the board is Larson.
Right there, Westside finding their open looks. They've got a couple of looks at the top of the key, one from Dada, one from Oddvadi. Just aren't able to convert it. They have the openings, just can't finish.
Lincoln East within 7 now, 22-15. Driving around the corner, Larson, kick out a three. No good for Lincoln East. O'Neal on the miss. Gedek picked up his dribble, is going to get help from Robinson. Behind the back, kick out. Gedek, he wants the three. 0 for 3 on the last three from the Warriors. Dada with the offensive board, Robinson to reset.
And right there, just a good offensive rebound. And great job just to reset the offense.
Down low, Oddvadi. He's got the big height advantage. Has the ball stripped and stolen away by Nolan O'Neal.
The one problem about the big men is they're easily susceptible to the steal. And right there, Oddvadi just got it stripped from right on his thigh area.
Campbell on the wing, now top of the key, guarded by the taller Dada, looking down low for Nolan O'Neal, and he can't get it down.
And if that was a field goal, I call that good. It went between Robinson and Oddbody. But this ain't football, and Westside still playing great defense, but hasn't been able to do much offensively this quarter. Has not even scored yet, I'm pretty sure.
22-15, just a 7-point game between the number 2 team in the state and the unranked Lincoln East Spartans. Dada, Barfield at the volleyball line. Now it's Robinson looking to get in the paint, gets past his man, going up to finish, bounces off the rim, no good. Tip try, no good. Fighting for the board, it's Oddbody, gets the basket and one. He goes to the line for a free throw.
Huge conversion by Oddbody. Two great looks for Lee Robinson on a shot and on a tip. Just couldn't get it to go. But then that'll be the second foul on Nolan O'Neal, one of the best players on this Lincoln East team.
A little bit of foul trouble for these Lincoln East Spartans. A couple of guys with 2 fouls apiece. Oddbody's free throw doesn't draw rim, and that's going to be a kind of a violation there on a free throw. You got to hit rim.
And Coach Stivens is getting a little bit more furious as each free throw falls short, far, or to the side. Getting a little more animated as the game goes on.
Grau for the Spartans on Geddick. Turnaround for Larson. Looking to get in the paint. Spin move. Kicks it out now for Vogue. Turnaround kick for Grau. Left-hand floater, no good. Oddbody with a good box out on the board. Up top for Barfield. He wants the dunk. He can have the dunk.
We saw it last week from Donnie Barfield. He can slam the ball, and a huge dunk right there. Get a little of the men's shift, and the student section loves it.
Barfield now on defense. Turnaround for Johnson. He wants it in on the paint, and he's rejected by London Dada.
And get that out of here, London Dada. Huge block. And the sophomore making an impact. And it's been the young guys who have been doing most of the work. Last game, it was the freshman with 18 and the sophomore with 16.
Grau gets it now for Lincoln East. Just trying to get in the paint against the taller defenders. Good back cut by Lowell in the paint, and he's going to be fouled by Tyson Oddbody.
Yeah, and that's Oddbody's second. So that might force Simons to maybe kick Oddbody out for some time, and they'll substituted Brendan Reeves. Big defensive presence for the Warriors.
That's just the height advantage Westside has. They're able to pull their 5 out. Tyson Oddbody put Brendan Reeves in, who's a 6'4" guard. In the corner, Grau gets it out now, out of the corner. Barfield wanted the steal, can't have it. Lowell back in the corner for Grau. He's going to turn around, floater for Johnson. Off the rim, no good. Barfield for the rebound. He's going to drive in the paint 1-on-2, but he's going to be able to finish. 28-15. And a delay of game warning is going to be called on Donnie Barfield Jr. after the make.
Don't see many delay of game calls often, but that will be the first on Donnie Barfield.
Next one could be a technical foul for the Warriors. And now they'll put a little bit of full court pressure on the Spartans, up by 13. Looking to trigger it in as Johnson, he has nobody, finally gets it into Grau. He's going to be able to get across the timeline with ease. And a body foul is going to be called on Trell Snoddy.
Lincoln East is playing a lot more physical than they did in the first quarter. Driving up the floor against this tough Westside press and just being able to keep this game within reach as much as possible.
Grau for the Spartans, guarded by Snoddy. Off to Lowell. Larson now. Taking their time to slow this game down. Westside fast, Lincoln East slow. Going down to the floor is Lowell, and that's going to be a travel.
Another great defense. Lowell just tripping over himself and travel. Westside, a good opportunity to extend their lead before halftime. They did a good job of doing that against Bell East and now against a much tougher Lincoln East foe.
13-point lead, 3:30 left to play. Lee Robinson looking to get in the paint. He's going to go with the floater. Short arms it, gets the board back. Kick out now for Barfield. Now for Monte Brown. Free throw line jumper, no good. Clearing the board is Larson for the Spartans. Now in the corner, it's Grau. Gets it down low for Lowell. He wants to go up and over. Can't get it to go. Brown with the board. Barfield loses it, and it's going to go out of bounds. Last touched by the referees don't know, and they're going to give it Westside ball.
Barfield there just did a good job of getting down, but couldn't corral in the triple threat position.
Westside slowing it down a little bit. They're going to get a play call from Coach Simons, maybe a set play. Monte Brown, Brendan Reeves dribble handoff. Looking it down low for Barfield, can't make it happen. Set play might be blown up. Barfield's going to be called for the charge. He does not like the call. Baseline official is going to send it the other way.
Yeah, it did not look very much physical. I think he may have saw a little bit of an extension of the arm. Coach Simons wants a little bit, kind of wants an explanation, and I think that'll sub out Donnie Barfield, puts in Geddick.
Yeah, Barfield did not like that call at all. He was getting pretty animated, a little frustrated. Coach Simon pulls him out and now is saying, calm down over here on the bench. Full court pressure for Westside continues. Trying to get into bounds, they do. For Vogue, Larson will get it across, guarded by Robinson. Still with the volleyball line, turns around to Lowell. Gets by Geddick, looking to get in the paint. They're going to kick it out. O'Neal with the ball. Larson in the paint, looking to go up and in, and Bart Reeves sends it back the other way with 2:16 left to play.
Westside still played great defense, being able to knock it down. 2 blocks on the day for Brendan Reeves.
Vogue now checks into the game for the Spartans. Out goes Brody Berkman. Down, floater no good, but a late foul is going to be called on the Warriors. Elliott Johnson was looking to go up and in, can't get it to go. Elliott Johnson at the line for 2 shots. 4 for 4 on the season from the line. It's up and good for the first one, 5 for 5 for Johnson to start the year.
Lincoln East has been able to convert on their free throws more than Westside has been able to do, and Lincoln East defense has been able to play them good, keeping this game within range, less than 15.
Snotty's pass is tipped out of bounds by Hudson Grau. They'll retain possession with 2:04:35 to shoot. Geddick looks to drive baseline, gets underneath, needed help, and he gets it away. Grau with the steal, 3-on-2. A 3-pointer pull-up, no good long, but the cleanup is good for Elliott Johnson.
Elliott Johnson's kind of been the MVP in the second quarter for Lincoln East, getting most of their points.
Geddick to the line. He goes after he knocks down the layup and one. 30-18, 12-point lead for Westside.
And that's what Westside really, that's what the doctor ordered for Westside. They really needed that. Offensive production has been a tad slow in this in this second quarter, but getting able to get the and one.
Geddick struggling from the line to start the year. Knocks down his free throw. Full court pressure for Westside. Dribbling up is Johnson. Here comes the double team. Reeves backs off. Needs to get it across the timeline. They do for Larson. In the paint all by himself. Layup is good.
And right there, just a good job of getting up the floor quick and being able to make sure just to weave in and out traffic, finds the open lane with the floater.
Reeves wants the three. Can't get it to go. Westside cold from 3-point land here in the first half. Top of the key for Dredson. Dishes it off for Grau. Right back to Larson. He goes into the paint, draws the foul on Reeves, and he did not like the foul call.
Larson just going up into the body of Reeves, forcing the foul. Reeves, that's his second foul. And now that will put Lincoln East in the bonus. Only a minute left to go, though.
Referee offering an explanation to Brendan Reeves. Free throw is no good for Luke Larson. He's 11 from 14 coming into the night, 79% from the line.
Yeah, since that's his second foul, Simons will take him out. Put back in Dada.
Second free throw for Larson is good. 1 from 2 from the line. 1 minute to play here before half. Gedek for the Warriors, looking to carve into the paint. He does. Kick out for Robinson. He dribbles around to the elbow. Goes cross court to Dada. Now in the corner for Snoddy. Monte Brown. Lee Robinson, Gedek, top of the key. Right wing for Robinson. Gedek, top of the key. Monte Brown now. Right back, Robinson, right wing. Looking to carve in the paint, can't get it to go. Dada, left corner three. He can't get it going from 3 either. Back the other way for the Spartans. Grau into the paint. And he turns it over. Gedek, 2-on-1 they go. Gedek's going to keep it himself. Goes up and over the rim. And 1 for Emery Gedek.
Gedek again just goes downhill, gets the foul and the and 1 opportunity.
Luke Larson's second foul. A lot of 2-foul players here in the first half. Now Jack Hawkins takes a knee at the line or the scores table to check into the game. It'll be his first action of the game. Gedek's free throw is good. And here comes Hawkins for Emery Gedek.
A little dead rim ball action on that free throw. Hit off the back iron, but just died. A little phenomenon in basketball.
Lincoln East with 10 to shoot. Around the corner, Grau needs help. He picks up his dribble, stuck in the corner. Gets it off to Vogue. 3 seconds to shoot. He's going to have to go up, loses the dribble. Top of the key, 3. It's going to go off in time, and that's going to end the first half. Westside 34, Lincoln East 21, 13-point lead as teams head into the locker room. Hunter, not the best of halves for the Warriors, but not the worst of halves, and they're still in quite a bit of control heading into the break.
Yeah, they did not do the best offensively as they wanted to. Only 12 points scored in that second quarter, but just being able to go downhill, a lot of fundamental things they're doing right, just can't get the shots to fall.
Yeah, the three-point line has really just been an absolute struggle for Westside. I think they've only knocked down 1 3-point shot, and that's really just been the difference. Westside 34, Lincoln East 21. We'll turn it over to the dance team before half. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. Welcome back here on the WTV Live Network. Zach Kastrick, Hunter Valopek. 1 minute to go till we start the third quarter. Westside with a 13-point lead after the first 24 minutes of action, 34-21. 13-point lead. Hunter, like we talked about, maybe not the best half for the Warriors, but definitely not the worst. Same for the Spartans.
Yeah, it just really wasn't a good offensive quarter for both teams. Westside only scored 12, and Lincoln East only scored about 10. But both teams have to come in, want to play great offense, and for Lincoln East, just try to get back into this game.
Yeah, Westside's three-point shots just not falling. Same for Lincoln East. Kind of the story of the game. Lincoln East came shooting 8 from 43 from three-point land. So that's kind of the story of their season. But on the other hand, Westside went 10 from 24 in the first game against Bellevue East. So a little bit of a reverse. London Dada cold as well for the Warriors. He had 4 3-pointers against Bellevue East last week.
Yeah, it's just going to be a case of who can get their offense going. And more so, Lincoln East has to do it faster and better, being down 13. But for Westside, they've done a good job of getting it downhill, getting it down in the post, and especially Emery Geddick, being able to get him on downhill, getting a good amount of and ones, about 3.
Lee Robinson for Westside, first possession of the third quarter. He's going to go down with his right hand. Euro step up and in. Crafty finish from the freshman.
Robinson did not score any in the second quarter, so good thing to get him back and going early.
Lowell for the Spartans. Turnaround for Larson. Looking to get it down low to O'Neal. He can't. Larson's going to take it himself 1-on-2, and a travel is going to be called.
And kind of what hurt Lincoln East in the first half was turnovers. They forced a lot of turnovers. Westside forced a lot of turnovers and a couple of mistakes. But good job by Westside getting out early, getting a good defensive stop.
Dribble handoff. Dada with the ball onto the elbow for Lee Robinson. Right wing 3, London Dada. Short armed it, no good. Geddick trying to track down the board. And it's a loose ball. Doesn't hit the sideline. London Dada comes down with it, retains possession. He's stripped up top for Vogue. He's going to take it off the glass with the finish.
And right there's a chaotic play going in favor of the Spartans. Dada had the ball stripped from him and just a fast break bucket.
Odd body off to Barfield. Geddick on the left wing. Right back to Barfield. He's going to take it with his right hand, and a foul on the floor is going to be called. Westside retains possession on the foul.
And another job just getting downhill, and you could see it in Jack Lowell. He is a bit shaken up. He got the wind knocked out of him.
That's the third foul on Nolan O'Neal, the junior guard/forward at 6'5", one of their big men. Barfield catches the inbound on the paint. Can't get the first one to go. The putback is good.
And again, just being able to get the offensive glass boards and putting it back up.
Three-quarter court press for Westside. Vogue gets it in the corner for Lowell. Right back to Vogue. Larson in the corner. O'Neal gets into the paint. Has a finish at the rim. Got past Emery Geddick. Makes it a 13-point game right where we started the second half. Dada, top of the key. Left wing for Barfield. Looking to drive, does a spin move. Fight at the rim, can't get it to go. A lot of contact, no foul. Right back the other way, it's Vogue. Turns around, loose ball, goes to the Spartans. Finish up and in, no good for Hudson Grau. Loose ball, right back up for Lee Robinson. He slows it down and finishes.
And that's just great basketball there. Being able to get back on transition, stop the ball, and then getting a transition bucket of your own.
Lee Robinson has 11 points for the Warriors. 30-second timeout called by Coach Simons. 30-second timeout for WTV Live. We'll be right back in a minute. Welcome back here on the WTV Live Network. Quick transition bucket for the Warriors, make it a 15-point lead. 40-25, three-quarter court press continues for the Warriors. Grau for the Spartans. Off to Lowell, right back to Grau. He's going to turn it around for Larson in the corner. He thought about the three. He's going to take it from the wing, and he airballs, and it's going to go out of bounds. Last touch on the shot from Luke Larson. Student section will let him hear it. Freshman Lee Robinson in the corner for Dada. Quick three. And finally, Westside can get a three-pointer to go.
Yeah, and that's Dada's first points of the game. First game as a starter, and he finally gets on the board.
Grau, guarded by Barfield, wants to get in the paint. Good move. Too hard off the backboard. Westside in transition, continuing to go fast. Barfield will take it himself. A lot of contact, and a block is going to be called.
Another downhill motion from Westside. Just being able to get down and just being able to stop him.
Coach Campbell not happy on the Lincoln East bench. Gedek wants a three. Can't have it. Fight for the board goes to the Spartans and Jack Lowell. Grau. Grau needs help. Picked up his dribble. Almost a 5-second violation. Oddvadi comes away with the steal. One-on-one. Can he finish? He can with the and one. Foul's going to be charged on Jack Lowell. Oddvadi goes to the line to make it a three-point play.
And it really works to their advantage. Oddvadi uses his long arms to just pry it away from Lowell. And he is confused why that was called a foul, but an and one opportunity. And an already 20-point lead extending for the Warriors.
Couple of subs for both teams. Two new guys in for the Westside Warriors. One in for the Spartans. Free throw no good, something we've said a lot. Westside can't find it from the line. Lincoln East trails by 20. Larson around the edge, looking to get in the paint. Has to kick it out for O'Neal. Top of the key for Vogue. He takes the three and he knocks it down. And now into the zone Lincoln East goes. Now it's a 3-2 for the Spartans. Gets it into Oddvadi in the paint. Kick it out for Monte Brown. Wants the three. Give it to him. 6 points for the transfer from Papio South. Grau into the paint. Kicks it out for Vogue. Back-to-back threes for Reed Vogue.
ERA has 8 points in this third quarter, kind of single-handedly keeping them Lincoln East alive.
Lincoln East back into the man-to-man off the 3-2 zone. Dada at the top of the key. Monte Brown thought about taking another three. Going one-on-one, ISO down the baseline, and the kick out is way over London Dada's head.
You really don't say over the head much for somebody who's 6'6" or 6'7".
Full court press continues for the Warriors. Brendan Reeves will check in at the next whistle. Luke Larson for the Spartans. Gets the screen from Peterson. And over the head and nearly out of bounds. Tyson Oddvadi comes up with it off the steal. Robinson wanted the dunk. Can't get it to go. Lee Robinson, only 6 foot, maybe a little shorter. He's fighting for the ball, and it's going to go out of bounds. Westside gets the ball back.
I saw in his face, he really wanted that dunk, but he just fell short. Not the tall, one of the shortest players on the team at 6 foot.
That might be a little exaggerated too, Hunter. I would assume he wouldn't go up for the dunk if he hasn't done it before in practice.
Yeah, he was pretty confident in it. Just a tad short.
Reeves, now for Oddvadi on the right wing, left wing for Snoddy. He wants to get in the post, has to turn around. Reeves deep three. From downtown, Brendan Reeves blows him a kiss. 5 points for the Gretna East transfer. Grau around the screen. In the corner, Vogue wants another one. Rims in and out. And a foul on the rebound is going to be called going the other way. Westside takes it back up by 20.
And that will be Peterson's third foul. So him and O'Neal both have 3 fouls and are in deep foul trouble.
Peterson's going to stay in the game. Somebody getting ready to check in for the Spartans, I assume what it'll be for Peterson. Robinson wanted to go down low for Advati, loose ball. Chasing it down, comes away with it is Grau. He goes baseline, left-hand finish for Hudson Grau.
And Grau, that was just a single-handed score by him. Got the steal and got the score.
Advati, top of the key. Looking to get past Peterson. Now for Reeves. Pump fakes a deep 3. Wants to go ISO. Now kicks it out for Robinson. Loose ball. And the foul's going to be called on Hudson Grau.
And a little bit of displeasure coming from the Lincoln East fans, giving them a thumbs down from the stands. But that'll put Westside into the bonus. So no fouls on them and 5 on Lincoln East.
Second foul on Hudson Grau. Coach Campbell livid on the sideline. Referee just kind of walks away. Got to be careful if you're Coach Jack Campbell. Don't want to pick up the tech. Might have been saved that the referee that he was talking to is now the one handing Lee Robinson the ball on the free throws. Robinson at the line for 2. First one, rims in and out, no good. Lee Robinson, first free throw attempts here in this game, I believe. He had no free throw attempts in the first game, but did lead the team in scoring against Bellevue East. Second one, rims in and out again, no good. Lincoln East with the board for Elliott Johnson. Hudson Grau comes to get it for the Spartans. Gets it across the timeline, guarded by Snoddy. Now at the low goal at half court. Coming around is Johnson to pick it up. Gets into the paint, step through, blocked by Reeves, and a foul is going to be called. And he is definitely happy as he's going to jog all the way to the other end of the court.
Yeah, and that's also Reeves' third. He was not happy. Looks like he may have gotten some of the ball, but they're going to call it got him on the wrist.
Free throw is good for Elliott Johnson. Reeves just completely taking himself out now, all the way down on the other end of the court. Elliott Johnson looking to go 2 for 2 from the line. Can't get it in and out. The free throw goes. Monte Brown, Trell Snoddy one-on-one. Here they go, 2-man game. Cross-court pass for Reeves. Corner 3, thought about it. Kick out, left wing 3 for Barfield. Air ball, Reeves skies for the board. Now it's Barfield once again into the post. Shot is blocked. Monte Brown, ball is tipped out. Barfield now, top of the key logo for Snoddy. Reeves left wing, wants the 3, can't get it. Board goes down for Lincoln East and Luke Larson. Larson crosses the timeline, just over a minute to play here in the third quarter. Westside 51, Lincoln East 34. Peterson, top of the key, needs help, gets it around for Larson. Deep left wing, and an off-ball foul is going to be called down low on Westside. And it's going to go on number 4, Trell Snoddy. His second foul. Team second here in the third quarter. Jack Hawkins is going to check in the game for Trell Snoddy.
Westside not too much into foul trouble. Brendan Reeves has 3, and that's the only one who has 3, but a few players with 2.
Inbounds for Peterson. Off to Vogue. Down low for Grau. Left-hand hook shot is good for Hudson Grau. He's carrying the team here in this third quarter. 40 seconds left to play. Jack Hawkins in the corner for Monte Brown. Dribble handoff right back to Hawkins. Wants Barfield to come with him. Spacing poor for the Warriors. Geddick top of the key. Looking to go right-hand drive. Reverses to the left side. Left-hand finish is good.
And Geddick just able to do a spin move with long strides. Gets only a couple of steps to the hoop. And just a little left-hand layup from there.
Shot clock is dark. 15 to play for the Spartans. Luke Larson, guarded by Monte Brown, gets it off to Elliott Johnson. Now left lane for Larson. Spin around, no good. 3 seconds to play. Goes out of bounds with 1.9. Westside with the ball.
And I assume here you probably go with a baseball pass or something close to half court for a half court heave.
Donnie Barfield gets it in for Monte Brown. Up to Hawkins at the buzzer. Doesn't get it off. Basket will not count.
That was a good execution by Westside, just didn't do it in enough time.
53-36 after the first 24 minutes of action. 3 quarters down, 8 minutes left to go. Westside 53, Lincoln East 36. We'll be right back with fourth quarter action here on the WTV Live Network. Welcome back here on the WTV Live Network. 3 quarters down, 1 to play. 53-36, Westside with the lead. Lincoln East needs to go on a run if they want a chance to come back and make it a close game here in the final 8 minutes. Elliott Johnson double teamed at half court. A little bit of a zone for Westside. And it's going to be tipped around out of bounds by Emery Geddick. Lincoln East 17 to shoot.
It was all the Reed Vogue show in the third quarter for Lincoln East. He had 8 points, which were his first 8 of the game, actually. They want to keep him going red hot.
Loose ball. Lincoln East comes away with it for Ty Dredson in the paint, and it's going to go out of bounds. 8 to shoot now on the shot clock.
Once again, just his defensive presence. It's the short Lee Robinson that was in there. Just knock it.
Elliott Johnson to trigger the inbounds. Coming around, taking the 3. Kyle Campbell, no good. Geddick quickly back the other way. In transition, Emery Geddick kicks it out for Barfield. Thought about the transition 3. Instead, he's going to drive down and draw the foul on the floor. First foul called here in the first quarter. Fourth quarter.
Put his shoulder down like a football player. Drove it into Grau. That'll be his third foul.
A little bit of foul trouble for both teams. Maybe not so much for Westside. Emery Geddick wants a 3. He can have it.
How do you do, Emery Geddick?
20-point lead for the Warriors. 7:10 left to play. Back to the trapping for Westside. Kind of a 1-3-1. Looking down low. Can't get it to O'Neal. Westside with the steal. Lee Robinson in transition. Dishes it off to Dada. He'll take the 3. No good. Westside still a little bit cold. Better in the second half. Still not the best from 3. 1-3-1 with the traps. Dada with the steal. Lincoln East does not know how to handle it. Barfield, Euro step. He'll finish. And now Coach Campbell's going to have to call a timeout to remind his team how to break the press. Hunter, what does Lincoln East have to do if they want to make this a game?
They just got to play. They just got to play more offensively. They've just been not able to move the ball inside and get back on defense.
Full timeout is going to be called by Jeff Campbell. We're going to take a quick timeout here on the WTV Network. Back in 30 seconds. Welcome back here on the WTV Live Network. 58-36, 22-point lead for the Warriors. Just about halfway here through the fourth quarter. Luke Larson going against the 1-3-1, coming off the timeout by Jeff Campbell. Gonna come across for Luke Larson, and another steal by Westside, 3-on-1. Dada wants the dunk, finishes with two hands.
I'm not going to lie, Zach. I think that's the most that's a double dribble right there, but I think that's the most unenthusiastic dunk I've seen from you. You're usually pretty amped up after a dunk, and another timeout.
Coach Campbell just fed up with the turnovers right now. The 1-3-1 for Westside, just too unstoppable. Another full timeout called by Coach Campbell, and another timeout going to be called here on the WTV Live Network. WTV Live Network, 24-point lead for Westside. Defense been stifling here in the fourth quarter with their 1-3-1. Here they are on offense. Top of the key for Barfield. Now Lee Robinson. He looks to drive, knifes in, kick out Dada, a three. Yes, sir.
London Dada's got a quick trigger, and right there just hit the three.
8 points for him. The 1-3-1 continues for Westside. Can Lincoln East get a shot off and not turn it over? A three is going to be triggered by Vogue, and it goes down.
And that's the first points of the fourth quarter for Lincoln East, and 11 on the day for Vogue.
Tyson Oddbody with authority into the paint, kicks out for Barfield, and a foul is going to be called on the floor. Second foul on the Spartans here in the fourth quarter. Snoddy to inbound. Goes up and over for Emery Geddick. Top of the key, here he is. Off to the right for Snoddy. He dribbles back to the logo at half court. 25 on the shot clock. Off to Geddick, left wing, right back Snoddy. Back Geddick again, into the corner. Geddick, top of the key. Snoddy off to Geddick, left wing, wants the three. Off the backboard, bank is open for Emery Geddick. 18 points now for the first-year varsity player. In the corner, Connor O'Neill. Turning it around for Hudson Grau, leading the team in points. Fighting for it, he comes up with it, but a foul is going to be called on the floor. And it's going to go against Westside. I believe it'll go on Trell Snoddy. No, it won't. It's going to be called on...
I think it said 24.
He said...
I think it was on Trell Snoddy. Oh, never mind. On Lincoln East.
Yeah, Westside thought it was going to be on them, but motioning it was on 23. That's Reed Vogue. I believe that's his fourth foul.
I think that's probably closer to his second.
Just 2 or 3 fouls on Reed Vogue. Westside 66, Lincoln East 39. Barfield in the paint, finishes good. Westside all over Lincoln East here in the fourth quarter, and it's turning into a blowout.
Yeah, Westside has just played a great second half, all the way up to a 29-point lead.
And now Will Preston getting ready to check in early. Here's first minutes for Westside. In the corner, three, Nolan O'Neill, no good. Foul on the rebound. Fresh subs coming in for Westside. It'll be Monte Brown, Brendan Reeves, and Will Preston. Nearly a 30-point lead for the Warriors.
And that'll be foul number 3 on Vogue, so there's your question answered. And that'll basically take out most of all the starters. And like I said, some of the backups come in like Will Preston.
Only starter right now for Westside is London Dada, in for Carson Healy, who's only played a little bit of action here in the first quarter, still suffering with a short of small injury, we believe. Brennan Reeves in the corner, turn out for Dada. Outside, 5-out offense. Dada right back to Snoddy, yet to get it in the paint. Down for Reeves in the corner. Snoddy into the paint, cuts through. Kick out for Reeves, 5 to shoot. Monte Brown's gonna take the trigger. No good, tips try, no good for Snoddy. Fight for the board, last touch by the Warriors. 3:41 left to play here in the fourth quarter.
And that will take out Cybus will take out the last starter, put in Jack Hawkins. Still a 29-point advantage, and this game has become a blowout.
I believe that'll probably do it for the starters. They all untuck his jerseys, so that'll probably do it for the 5 Westside starters. In the corner, wanting the 3, Vogue. He's been hot here in the second half, leading the team in points, 42-68, 26-point lead for the Warriors.
14 points for Vogue all in the second quarter has been the main catalyst for Lincoln East. And probably will be for most of the season, along with Luke Larson.
Loose ball goes to the Spartans as we tick into 3 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. O'Neal in the corner, flips it out for Larson. Reverses back in the corner for O'Neal. Cross-court pass, Grau now. Top of the key, it's turns around. Deep 3 from Larson is good.
That's Larson's first point since the second quarter, and a little bit of offense going, but a little too late.
Jack Hawkins, Monte Brown. Loose ball, Hawkins comes away. Monte Brown reverses back. Quick little short J, rims in and off the backboard. 70 points now for the Warriors.
They scored 77 last week against Bellevue East, and once again reaching the 70 mark.
Westside has a tournament upcoming. It's going to be played at Bell West and Lincoln East, kind of a mismatch of the tournaments. Westside doesn't actually know who they're going to play yet. We're going to find out early tomorrow or sometime Saturday morning, so keep an eye out for that to see who Westside's going to play. Loose ball goes to the Spartans. Larson the other way, pulls it back, crosses the half-court line. A foul is going to be called on Trell Snoddy. Lineup change for Lincoln East. Coach Campbell just kind of frustrated with the officials. And I didn't catch it, but did we get a technical foul?
I think they may have called it technical on the coach, but I saw on it'll be a foul on Brendan Reeves, it says. And a technical maybe on the coach, so Brendan Reeves catches his 4th foul. Monte Brown to shoot.
Yeah, not sure where they called the technical, but Monte Brown can't really convert on the free throws. Charity strike, not been too terrible, Hunter, for the Warriors.
I know you've been wanting to use that one all game, but yeah, just 2 front rim shots and more. Simon's just not looking happy. Needs to improve on the free throws.
And your technical shooter is supposed to be your best free throw shooter too. And Monte Brown unable to convert. Loose ball. Tyler Vaughn's now in the game for the Warriors. His first action. Monte Brown, corner 3. He redeems himself with the triple.
That's a good way to redeem yourself. Hit the 3.
73-45, minute 20 left to play. In the paint, foul is going to be called as Kyle Campbell knifed into the paint. Trying to get it in, and they do. It gets into Campbell, and he gets it to go. Lincoln East now up to 47, and they get the steal here off Will Preston. Taking the three, yes sir! Reed Vogue with that triple from the top of the key. Lincoln East is going to call a timeout. 1:05 left to play. Trailing by 23, and a full timeout here, and a timeout here on the WTV Live Network. Westside with a 23-point lead. $73-50 Westside with the lead. Ghostbusters playing. Lincoln East is going to need some ghost behavior if they want a chance to win this one. Down by 23 with a minute left to play here at Jim Tangdahl Court. Monte Brown quickly the other way. Euro step off the glass, no good. Lincoln East with the board. Going back the other way is Johnson. Guarded by Hawkins. Reverses out, gets it to Vogue, top of the key. Right back to Johnson. Vogue wants it a three. He can have it.
And another timeout taken by Lincoln East. But Vogue has had 21 points on the day, including 13 in the final quarter. But all 21 coming in the second half.
We're going to take a quick timeout, 30-second break. Welcome back here on the WTV Live Network. Reed Vogue, 21 points on the night, and we believe it's been 7 threes.
Little unsung hero for Lincoln East. He has been playing lights out today. He's been the best player by far on the Spartans.
Coming into tonight, he shot 1 from 10 for 3, but you know he likes to shoot it, and this time he's found a way to get hot. Lincoln East commits the foul.
And
they trail by 20, Hunter. I wonder why Coach Campbell took 2 quick timeouts there.
I do not know either, but the psychology of a coach is a weird one indeed.
39.1 left to play here in the ball game. Monte Brown at the line to shoot 2 free throws. He took the technical shots, was unable to convert, and he knocks down the first one.
Monte Brown having a pretty good fourth quarter, 6 points on the day for him, and 12 points in total, pending the extra free throw.
No good. Will Preston comes down with the board, and he goes up to finish. Can't. And he goes up again and gets it. 76-53, 23-point lead. Shot clock is off, 30 seconds left to play.
Preston was the tallest player on the team, and he plays really good basketball. Brown's going to get it down. Stick around, everybody, for the player of the game. That ball nearly stolen and an over and back called on Brendan Reeves. But 23-point lead, 12.4 seconds left to go. Zach's going to go get our player of the game. And he nearly had about 20 in the game. But Westside going to go 2-0 once this clock runs out. 76-53. Lincoln East trying for one last hoorah. And that one's going to be called for a foul on Brendan Reeves. That'll be his 5th. He fouls out. But great job by Brendan Reeves today. He finishes his day with 5 points, but a lot of great defensive effort. And that means he'll have to trot out Charles Snoddy. But 76-53 if this score stands with 3.7. Gets it out. Vogue from 3. That is good. And a little hoorah for Lincoln East as Vogue finishes with 24 points on the day, but still a blowout win for the Westside Warriors as they move to 2-0 on the season. 76-56. this is the end of our doubleheader coverage. The girls win and the boys win. A sweep for Westside for the second time in a row. 76-56 your final score, but do not leave yet. Stick around for our player of the game. This is Hunter Valopek signing off. Stick around for Zach Kastrick's player of the game. Peace out.
Welcome back to the WTV Live Network. I'm Zach Kastrick here with our player of the game, Emery Geddick. 18 points tonight. What was working so well for you?
The shots were falling. And, every day at practice, just working game speed, working with the boys. That's how you get better.
Big win over Lincoln East. 76-56, 20-point win. How about this team's defense? Led up less than 40 to Bell East. Now 56 against Lincoln East.
Yeah, that's our main focus every practice. Defense, communication, getting up, next play mentality, everything.
And what is this team's ceiling? We've seen how good they are. How good can they really be heading down into the rest of the season?
We're going to win it. We're going to win the national.
I love that. I love that. And then you're now heading in. You got a tournament this weekend. Don't know who you guys are going to play yet, but what do you guys have to do heading into this weekend?
Well, it's game tomorrow. We just got to practice, watch film, look at the scouting report, and go from there.
Thank you so much, Emery Geddick. 18 points tonight for you. I'm Zach Kastrick, player of the game, Emery Geddick. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. We'll see you guys next week.